Heart failure remains a major concern in the U.S. today, with 6 million people currently afflicted with heart failure, 400,000 new cases, and well over 1 million hospitalizations for CHF. This statistic, unfortunately, is unchanged over the past decade. Those patients with anterior wall MIs, approximately 24% of those will develop heart failure, and this will progress over the year with a mortality of approximately 24%, based on two distinct problems, both a diastolic impairment with a rigid scar and high filling pressures, and a systolic impairment with non-synchronous wall motion abnormalities and bidirectional flow. There have been various surgical options dating back to 1958, Batista and Dorr, with varied success. The percutaneous left ventricular restoration therapy takes a less morbid approach using a PTFE cup-like device based on 16 nitinol arms placed on a polyurethane foot, coming in 4 sizes. The concept is to restore or restoring therapy by reducing the wall stress, decreasing the left ventricular geometry, and reducing the volume, as well as replacing the eccentric wall motion abnormality with a compliant parachute and trying to benefit with a synchronous apical wall. The parachute pooled analysis looked at 134 patients from 3 different studies. They were all class 3 or class 4 heart failure, or class 2 of diagnosed with 3 or 4 in the past 3 months. They had to be 18 years of age, a left ventricular ejection fraction of 15 to 40%, managed on stable heart failure medications over the past 3 months with no CRT or interventional therapy within 60 days. 134 patients were intention to treat with 6 unsuccessful cases, leaving 128 treated patients. There were 6 deaths, 1 transplant, 121 patients at 6 months, and 112 patients at 12 months for analysis. Baseline demographics showed an average age of 61 years of age. Most of those patients were male. You can see the medication list, including beta blockers, diuretics, ACE inhibitors, as well as a history of smoking, diabetes, and hypertension. Baseline hemodynamics showed a cardiac output, an ejection fraction of 24% and a left ventricular end diastolic index of 121 milliliters per meter squared. There were 128 patients were successfully treated with a 98.5% success rate. The VARC complication rate was 8.2% and a minor complication rate of 6.7%. The hemodynamics showed at 12 months, I bring your eye to 2 specific areas, the left ventricular end systolic volume index and the left ventricular diastolic volume index improved from 86.7 to 72.4 and 120.2 to 121.9 respectively, as well as the wall motion severity index improved from 2.5 to 2.1, all of those values having very robust p-values. The New York Heart Classification showed an improvement in 83% of those patients that improved or maintained at 1 year, with a vast majority of those patients improved, well over 50%, as well as a 6-minute walk test in 102 patients showing a 73% improvement or maintained, with 46% of those patients achieving an 83-meter improvement at the 6-minute walk test. There was a very low stroke rate at 2.4%, a very low mortality rate at 8.8%, and the combined mortality heart failure hospitalization at 23.6%. The conclusions were that there was a low mortality hospitalization at 23.6%, which supports the U.S. pivotal design, 8.2 vascular complication, which is seen at the TAVI registries. The hemodynamic improvement seen in both systolic and diastolic function is seen in the CRT, Miracle, and MADE-IT trials, as well as an improvement in functional class and 6-minute walk test as seen in the CRT. The Parachute 4 trial currently is ongoing. There are 560 patients, expected enrollment at 80 sites. Currently, there are 55 sites initiated. There are 40% of those patients enrolled as of March of 15, and the expected enrollment is expected to complete in 2016. Thank you for your attention.